Hey everyone, Tony Walsh here. Welcome back to the channel. You're probably wondering, why am I in a cemetery? And I just am. So let me get turned around and I can show you better than just as good as I can tell you. So why am I here? Well, I've always loved history, and I've said in different videos before that I'm a Yankee, been living in the South since the 5th grade, so I'm 60 years old now, so you do the math. That's how long I have been living in South Georgia. So been living in the South way more than I did in the North or out West, being an Air Force brat. But this is a primitive Baptist church, and I cannot remember the name of it. I'll put it in the title or in the description, that way you know. But I know the church building was built in 1969. It's primitive Baptist, and the way it's laid out on the inside, I think the men sit on one side and the women and children on the other, and I'm not sure about that. Somebody can correct me, but then that building there is the restrooms. That church is nothing but one big open building full of pews in the pulpit area. But that's not what I come for. I come for the cemetery because I've always been interested, as I said, in history, and I've said that my wife's family has a rich Southern heritage, actually going all the way back prior to the Declaration of Independence, and that's another story, and I have talked about that a little bit. But I need to make a trip to South Carolina and follow up on that one day. But her Rollerson side and her Waters side are deep in Southern heritage history, right, wrong, or whatever they are. And my stepfather's family is the Lees. And if you know anything about the Okefenokee Swamp, which is not far on the other side of those woods right there, that's private land that you're seeing there, but not far away is the Okefenokee Swamp, so we're right on the edge of it. But my stepfather is a Lee, and his history with the Okefenokee Swamp is that his family come from Billy's Island. Now, they come from somewhere before they went to Billy's Island, and that part I do not know, have never researched that, but I'm getting interested in this stuff as I get older. But the Lee family was drove out of Billy's Island by the federal government, and so they scattered out around South Georgia. So I had somebody tell me about this cemetery and that there were some Lees in it, so I thought I would just come take a look. In the oldest grave in the cemetery belongs to, and you can see the cemetery is not very big, and there are some newer headstones over in that far corner over there. But the oldest grave in this cemetery belongs to a James Lee that was born June 25th, 1829, died January 4th, 1888, at the age of 59 years old. Now, I have a step-uncle that his name is James Lee, but I know this one is not in the immediate side of my stepfather. I'm sure they're related, but they're not anything close. So here's James Lee here, his wife Catherine there. There are 3 Lee graves right there, and you can see there is concrete, and they just scribbled on the concrete. That is no longer legible. That there we can still read Lee, but can't read anything else to the left. So I have no clue about that one. And this one here is, you can see Lee, and not to be derogatory, but is that MF Lee? Have no clue. These over here have nothing on this one, so I have no clue whose that one is. And remember I said Southern heritage history, right or wrong, there is actually a Confederate soldier buried here at this one. And that was Private William Riley Thomas from Company I, the 4th Georgia Cavalry, Confederate States of America, born in 1832 and died in 1904. My wife's family had family that fought on the Confederate side of the war. Oh, here's another Lee. 2 more Lees. Mary Thomas Lee and an Allison Lee. So there's more Lees here, so I got some work to do. But anyways, I just think this kind of stuff is interesting. I follow a few other people that do their YouTube channel on cemeteries, and I've never done one. But as I'm finding this interesting history, I just want to share it because I got other family members that watch this channel. So as we start doing some genealogy stuff, I just want to share it with those that are interested. So if this sort of stuff interests you, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. If it doesn't interest you, just I thank you for watching. So until I throw something else up, y'all take care and God bless. I know I already closed the video, so if you're still watching, thank you for hanging on to the very end, but I got to the house and thought, well, why not show this picture? So the frame was actually built by my stepfather, using old stuff from just lying around the house we lived in back then. But the picture is a black and white photo of the Lee homestead on Billy's Island in the Okefenokee Swamp, and it's a black and white photo, but it was painted by hand by a former neighbor, so that way it's got some color to it. And see the engraving right here says home, and I know there's a reflection for it's hard for y'all to see, but it says home of Andrew Jackson Lee, Billy's Island, Okefenokee Swamp. And I actually got a couple of books that talk about this stuff, and I will share them at a later date because it does have pictures of my step-grandfather when he was a young boy living on Billy's Island. And he is well known to that part of the swamp community because in his older days, he actually carried some newspapermen from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution on a 3 or 4 day trip through the swamp. But like I said, I'll save that for another video, and I wish I had the book right now, but I can't find it. So it's packed up somewhere. So again, just thank you for hanging on and watching this end clip. So until we get back together, again, y'all take care and God bless.